remember a couple of weeks ago, I kind of remodeled slash revived my 30-gallon hexagon tank by adding some new rock in there, putting some anubias in some of the little cracks and crevices, and adding a few jungle valve plants on the sides of the tank. And I said that I wanted to add some more fish in there because I didn't have very many in there. We just had a couple of tetras and the one female carbensis, and I'm wanting to do you know, dwarf cichlids and stuff like that in there. But today I went ahead and got a couple of fish to add to it while I'm waiting on getting some dwarf cichlids for it. And I'm thinking that the cichlids that we're going to get for it are going to be some apistogramma, and then also I'm probably going to get another carbensis, being a male carbensis, to go along with the female that's already in there. So today I went ahead and got 4 albino or golden Buenos Aires tetras, and I think these guys are going to look and do really, really well in this tank. And I think this is going to be all of the tetras that I'm going to have in here, and the rest of the fish that I add into the tank are going to be all dwarf cichlids. So here they are right here. I'm going to go and set these guys on in the tank. There's a tank looking pretty nice. Just need to add a little bit of water to it. But yeah, there's all the fish right there. And as you can tell, we definitely need to add some more fish in here. So I'm hoping that these guys will add a little more life and color to it. And there's one of the panda barbs. Checking them out, the female carbensis, and everybody in here is doing really, really, really well. It's just we don't have very many fish in here, and we need some more fish in here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off by adding these 4 guys in here, and then slowly work our way into adding some more dwarf cichlids in here, just like the female carbensis. And guys, these Buenos Aires tetras are a fish that I would highly, highly recommend anyone who is, you know, maybe just getting into the hobby looking for a very easy and inexpensive fish to care for. These guys are very cheap, very hardy, and they tend to get a little bit bigger than some of the other tetras. And I've seen these guys being kept with fish like, you know, bigger cichlids and stuff like that as like a dither fish, and they tend to do pretty darn well. Like I said, they get a little bit bigger than some of the other tetras do, and are just a very, very easy and peaceful, inexpensive, cheap fish to care for. So if you're just getting into the hobby looking for a very easy fish, I would definitely recommend these guys right here. Obviously, these are the albino ones or the golden ones. This is what a regular Buenos Aires tetra would look like, but other than the color, they're the exact same. I haven't shown this tank in a couple of weeks. Just wanted to show you guys the inler tank really fast. And you can see the 4 Japanese lyre-tail guppies that we put in here a couple of weeks ago are just doing amazing in here. There's our little sparkling grommet right there, just scooting around the tank. And I'm starting to get this guppy grass back established in here. You know, I had a bad problem with this moss getting entangled in it, and it just kept on growing and growing like crazy, a lot faster than the guppy grass was. So finally I just took it all out of the tank, and this guppy tank down here, which by the way, these guppies are looking and doing great as well. Look at all the babies. Look how big they're getting. But this tank was growing some guppy grass out of the corner back there, so I just snatched some out of this tank and put it up here, and this little bunch is starting to, you know, really establish itself in this tank. And then we got, of course, the panda cories in here. There's our little golden zebra loach. You know what? I actually might move this guy over there in the hexagon tank. And if you guys remember, several months ago when I got this guy, he was so tiny, and my original plan was to grow him out here till he got about this size, actually. And then I was going to go move him in the hexagon tank. So I'm thinking that might just be what I do, and then maybe get 1 or 2 more of them. But yeah, this tank's doing great. We'll feed them really fast. Drop some in there for these guys, just crushing up some flakes. And you would be shocked at how much food all of these little guppies can eat. It is just amazing, honestly. Incredible how much food all these little bitty tiny fish can eat. I mean, they will literally eat all those flakes, and then whatever they're not eating that's sinking to the bottom, that's what those little guys clean up. And of course, we do still have some shrimp in here. Once this guppy grass gets back going and gets really thick in here again, I'm probably going to add, you know, 6 or 7 more blue velvets in here, which is what we have. And here's a tank you guys have not seen in a while, the Beaufront tank. Big old Jack Dempsey looking and doing great. And look who it is, the flagtail. This guy hasn't grown too much since I've gotten him. It's, you know, I've talked to you guys about this in the past before. It's really hard to find foods that he'll actually eat and really get filled up on. But he loves these Tubifex worm cubes that I put in the tank. They stick right onto the glass, and I mean, this guy just goes ham on them. We'll drop some pellets in here for the Jack Dempsey to eat, though. Flagtail, he'll come up there and kind of mouth at them, but obviously he's not big enough to where he can actually eat them. And of course, the albino bisher, who is just chilling right back there. This guy surprisingly comes out a lot in the daytime. You would think he'd hide all day, but he actually comes out and about. And he also loves the tube effects worms as well. So look at him up there. He'll kind of just push them around, just kind of mop at them, and but he can't really get them all the way. There's the Jack Dempsey going up there. But if he was a little bit bigger, maybe 3 or 4 inches bigger, he could probably eat these pellets, but just not quite big enough. There's Jack Dempsey getting him some more. Alright, so I figured we've let these guys sit long enough now. Let's go and get them out of the bag and on into the tank. Alright, here we go. Somehow I managed to get all 4 of them in my hand. I don't know how that happened, but there they are. Gonna be real frantic at first, and it'll take them a little while to, you know, really color up and all that. But there they are right there. They're gonna look really good in here off the black gravel and the green plants in here. And of course it'll take them, you know, a little while to adjust in here. We might actually add a few more of them in here. Maybe I want a few more than 4. There's the panda barb, kind of checking them out, figuring out exactly what they are. But yeah, maybe we'll get 2 or 3 more in it. I don't know. Maybe they'll school a little bit better. But for now, we have got ourselves some more fish in this tank, which is exactly what we need. Pretty cool little fish right there. You know, they have that golden body with the red fins and the red eyes. These guys do really well in here. I'll probably add 2 or 3 more of them, but for now, we'll let those guys settle on into their new tank. So like I said, more fish coming to this tank right here. Hopefully going to get some apistogramma in here and a male carbensis, so that way we'll have a pair of carbensis in there. And yeah, we'll just see how this tank does. And also, just like we did with that tank, I'm actually thinking about rescaping my 5-gallon pea puffer tank. The only thing that I've got in it is my little pea puffer and a little Siamese algae eater. And it's just a very boring scape, kind of like how the hexagon tank was. So I think it'd be fun to rescape that tank, kind of revive it. And I actually might move the puffer and the algae eater out of there and into a 10-gallon that only has 2 fish in it. And I might move one of those fish out of there into that tank right there. So I've got some things that I'm kind of thinking about doing with some of my smaller tanks. Gonna say whatever I do, and of course you guys will see it whenever I do it. But I hope you guys did go on to enjoy this video, and if you guys did, please be sure to drop a like down below, and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at fishing_pf. I promise you I'm starting to post a lot more content over on there. A lot of little videos and stuff that you won't ever see on the channel, so go check that out. I'm also doing this thing every week where I post the best 5 photos that I've taken the previous week. I call them the photos of the week, so that's a pretty cool new thing that I'm doing over there. So a lot of stuff that you don't see on the channel, you will actually see on my Instagram page. Fishing_pf. Go give me a follow. Thanks for watching as always, and with that being said, I'll catch you guys in next Sunday's video. Peace.